Now, the essence of leadership is a timely and crucial topic, especially here in Nigeria, a country which has been bedeviled, in that area for several years. Now, this was the submission by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who noted that Nigeria's progress is hindered by self-centered leaders who prioritize personal interests over the nation's well-being, as a situation that highlights the need for transformational leaders who will deliver good governance and entrench service to humanity. It's on this premise that the former president has been chosen to chair the leadership conference of the Bible Society of Nigeria, which is slated to hold later in the month in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're now joined by the General Secretary and the CEO of the Bible Society of Nigeria, Sanusi, to discuss the essence of leadership as put forth by the former president and what the proposed summit looks to achieve in this regard. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. Nice to be with you today.
It's great to have you as well. Now, quite a mouthful there. And of course, we do know that former President Obasanjo is always vocal when it comes to issues of governance and leadership. Can you give us a little bit of insight into some of these statements and how they flow into this event that you're
Thank you very much. Once a leader, always a leader. And once I've been a leader, you have gotten experience. And there's no leader that can get it all right at the same time. Because when you start as a leader, you have your experience, and then while on seat, you learn your experience. When you have left the seat, you also have the experience. And you can share better from experience what went wrong, what went right. I think that is the reason why the former president used to see what he's saying. He has been there. He has learned his lesson, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So now he's in a better position to advise the nation where to go or where not to go. So, but for us at the Bible Society of Nigeria, we are coming up with this event called African Biblical Leadership Initiative. It's not actually our idea originally. It was actually the idea of African head of state and president, which took place in Addis Ababa in the year 2010. And so from after that event, it was decided that African leaders should have a way of galvanizing leadership thoughts across Africa. So because it was started at what we call African prayer breakfasts for all the head of state and head of government in Africa. So it was put at the desk of the Bible Society. So in the year 2010, 2011, the Bible Society of Ethiopia started it all by hosting the first Abley conference. So after that, the purpose is that we need to see how the Bible connects with leadership. So if you read the Bible very well, there are good and bad leaders. So what made the good, good? What made the bad, bad? So and the Bible says all things that whatever we are written aforetime, we are written for our learning so that we can learn, mistake to avoid, example to follow, and precept to adopt and all that. So that was what birthed Abley in 2010. So all over the period of within 2010 and now, it has gone across some country in Africa. Ghana has hosted, Ethiopia, like I said, Uganda, Kenya, Zambia, Malawi, and all that. So it's also been in Nigeria in 2020, after the Rwanda edition. But unfortunately, we all know what happened in 2020. So we have started the planning before coronavirus came up. So that disrupted the idea of bringing it to Nigeria. So 2021, we are still battling corona. 2022, we have some other issues. Okay, nationally, we just changed our leadership in Bible Society of Nigeria. I don't want to start with expenses. Okay, let's hold it until let me sit down first and see how it is. So last year, we were in Zambia to co-host the edition in Zambia. So at Zambia edition, it was agreed that it is now the time to turn it back to Nigeria. And that's why we are hosting it. And for Nigeria, in all the events I've gone to, people would say, hey, Nigeria, you are welcome. But you know what? For Africa to have hope, for Africa to grow, if Nigeria gets it right, Africa will get it right. If Nigeria gets it wrong, Africa will keep getting it wrong. So we are coming to Africa, we are coming to Nigeria, and we are looking at a topic titled Value-Based Leadership. Value-Based Leadership, model for Africa. That Nigeria should be a model of leadership in Africa, not just in politics, call it politics, religious, secular, private sector, public sector. If Nigeria gets it right in terms of leadership, then we want to set a pace for Africa to follow.
Okay, great. Like how you
referred earlier to say that you're looking at how the Bible connects with leadership and also value-based leadership. If Nigeria gets it right, Africa will get it right. If we get it wrong, that's what we will know. We'll experience the opposite. So clearly, we're not necessarily getting it right. But looking at Nigeria's current leadership challenges, I'd like to ask, what specific biblical principles do you believe are most crucially absent, and how does your conference aim to address these gaps?
Thank you very much. This conference aims to address issues of leadership in various formats. Particularly, we are considering the value of justice. If there is justice in the land, just tell me, everything will fall in line. But are we having justice in Nigeria today? Another thing we are looking at this event is value of integrity. If I say now, you have demonstrated integrity in Arise TV today, as always, because this meeting was scheduled for 12:30. And at the nick of 12:30, we started. That's integrity. If I promise you I'm coming to leadership, when I become Mr. President, I will do this, I will do that, I will do that. Integrity says that when I get there, I should live my word. So that's integrity. So this conference hopes to achieve the idea of how we come about value of integrity and how Nigerian leaders and African leaders can imbibe integrity in their leadership style. We're also looking at value of wisdom. So there's a place of wisdom. If you go back to the Bible, Solomon wanted to lead his people, and because of the challenge of the hour, he felt, oh, my father was a great man. David did very well. But me, I'm a young boy. How can I do like David? God, I need wisdom. And God said, okay, I will give you the wisdom. And after the wisdom, God said, I will add other things because you not just be wise and be poor. God will give him other things he needed. And of course, we're looking at value of social harmony. Now, Nigeria has a lot of ethnic group in this land. How can we gel together? I'm a Yoruba man, you are Hausa, you are Igbo, you are minority, you are majority. How do you have value of social harmony that religion will not divide us? Politics will not divide us. Tribal will not divide us. We want to speak with the same language and see that every sector of the Nigerian society is adequately catered for. No one is subjected to the other. No one is seeing himself or itself as, I'm born to rule, you are born to serve. All those ideas should be jettisoned if we want a better society. That's why we're addressing those issues under the general theme of value-based leadership, model for Africa. We're looking at value of justice, value of integrity, value of wisdom, and value of social harmony.
Right. Now, there's been accusations, or rather criticism over the years, that as Africans, especially African leaders, we gather, great ideas are exchanged, and it's always a talk shop. What are some of the activities that follow after this gathering to ensure that things are implemented and it's not just a futile gathering of...
Very brilliant question. I was in Zambia last year, and when we started talking, I was made to lead one of the sessions. And one of my arguments to them is what you have just said, that in Africa, in church, in society, we talk so much, and I gave them an acronym, ATANA. ATANA means all talks and no action. We talk too much.
Yep.
I listen to radio, I listen to television, people come up with brilliant ideas, but who will execute it? Who will make it happen? If we are not making it happen, what is the problem? Why it is not happening the way we have said it? And these are the big issue. So for us, after this event in October, about 2 weeks' time, taking place in Abuja within 21 and 24th of this month, we have a rider to hit. Ensure that we go back to the leadership in the church, and we're starting with what we call Catalyzing Leaders Initiative, where we bring in young people from various sectors of Nigerian society and begin to teach them the value of leadership.
Fantastic. We look forward to your conference, and hopefully it will not be more about walking and not just talking. Pastor Samuel Sanusi, it's been a pleasure having you here on Newsday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.